Do Better Podcast. I'm Theo Coop, and I know why y'all here. Y'all here to see me.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
That's fair. Back with another video, this time from Sarah Garvey. You guys know who he is. He's this dude, always on the Just Pearly show. And my man to start off this video right now, Jenny let me know his name is China. And I've seen him on a couple of their different channels a few times. He kills it every time he's on there. So let's get to it.
Deal with guys that are going to give you trauma. Now you expect me to be some type of therapist. I'm the man. That's not my job to be a therapist to fix guys that you shouldn't have got with in the first place. I think it's quite, you're putting things onto men that men don't actually need to deal with. I'm just supposed to be a good man. That I don't need to be your therapist and to fix why this guy did this to you and did that to you.
I mean, you're sounding like somebody that's experienced some really toxic women, because because seriously, because it's coming across that way. Because I'm almost feeling an attack. I'm gonna lie, I've just come and sat here with you lot. I tried to catch in what the subject was, but
right
there's
off the bat.
aggression in
He's not aggressive. He's just being honest. And what he's saying is that, like, why should the men of the future have to pay for your past? So if you had, and I'm not saying you did. I know not all girls did. But this is just a common thing that men tell me. And then, like, if you had toxic boyfriend, toxic ex, bad boy, and then you get in this new relationship and you dump all of that onto the new guy, why does he have to deal with that?
And I believe that's an absolutely fair point. And you should be at a place mentally before you even attempt to go out here on the dating market. Just my opinion. You guys let me know in the comments.
No one should have to deal with that. However, you come with your own things as well. Everyone comes with their own things. I feel like it's about how people unpack it. I think once you know what those things are, it's not to go to the new person that you're seeing, oh, this has happened to me and you better not do this to me. Do you get what I mean? It's about everybody has their things.
So my thing is this, right? It gets to me when women automatically, when the man speaks, you start trying to put all this aggression, all these types of things. It's not that. Please, we need to stop this, because it's a tactic that women use all the time, especially on here. It's a shaming tactic. That as soon as a man speaks about something.
And the reason I stop it right there is that, because I told you guys, Just Pearly has at least a dozen different channels. And I've seen him on Pearly's channel multiple times in the different segments. And I've probably had at least 4 to 5 videos with him in it to react to. But it never fails. I promise you, whenever this man is on here, he is spitting facts. And he's spitting facts to the point that all the other women on there, and all they would do is just cut him off. And he could never get to his point. That's why I never released the reactions to him, because we never got anywhere. He was killing it. When they can't discredit your message, they'll make an attempt to discredit you.
I always say, listen to people's words.
Yeah, listen to my words. Don't listen to the tone, because what tends to happen is you use the tone and use the tone to take away from the actual message.
Deflect.
So like, there's no aggression here, there's no animosity, there's nothing. But literally what I'm saying is women tend to go and do this, and we have experienced this. And as men, we're trying to speak and tell you of our experiences, and we speak in a way that men speak. Whenever we do, we're shamed for it.
Okay, that's a natural response for you, right? I think it's important.
Not the goddamn Cookie Monster.
Women that get run through by bad boys and whatnot. I think it's important to remember that there are women that choose those people.
Why is she dressed
I
like
had an ex-friend, and that was her thing. Like, she wants the hood boy, she wants the gangster, she wants the trapper. And then there's women that never see that part of them and fall in, become attracted to, like, the sensitivity that they may see in a man, but then he turns out to be a bad
Emily, let me ask you.
A bad
Women know.
Thank you, Pearl.
We know deep down. Like, I just don't buy it when girls say, "Oh, I was bamboozled one day." No, you weren't. Come on.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Thank you, Just Pearly, for calling cap on that. I don't buy for a second that these women who are in these relationships with dude who I was with him for 2 or 3 years, and I didn't even know he sold drugs. One day I opened the medicine cabinet in the bathroom, and the kilo of coke fell out the cabinet, hit me in my head, and I was passed out in the bathroom. No, you knew Ray Ray was slanging dope since day one. Stop the cap.
Let me ask you, when you said do sensitive guys attract women? Because you said that you were attracted to the sensitivity of a guy.
Yeah.
Do sensitive men attract women generally?
Yeah, one day, me and you might actually sit down with my ex that I ended in court with.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, super abusive. It was horrible, and he turned out to be he's a lovely guy now. We're friends. But
you're friends with an abuser?
Yes, I am, because I'm a quality woman who understands, like, the trauma that people have been through and understand why certain things happen, and help them to progress and stop perpetuating negative cycles. But anyway, I fell for him based on a fight that happened on a bus, and his care to the little boy and the old man that were, like, caught up in it is what made me look back and then start a conversation with him.
Right.
I had no idea he was a bad boy. He was a super like chubby Asian boy, like nerdy looking, whatever.
Right.
And it was after months of really like sweet conversations and whatnot. There was no inkling. There was no red flag that this could be a bad guy. In fact, there was plenty green flags, that would show me that he's a lovely, which is very common in abusive men.
So don't you think someone who's too emotional is more likely to be an abuser?
Yeah, and that's something that I now identify after the years.
Because they don't know how to control their emotions.
Exactly. So I think it's really important that we don't kind of, you knew, because it's not as
how long? So it was about 6 months, you said, before he started to show signs.
The first like proper abuse was after like 9 months.
After 9 months, and then how long did it go on for that?
For 3 years.
For 3 years, and then you took him to court?
No, a police officer drove past as he punched me into a bush. An undercover police officer drove past. They jumped out and took him. They didn't need me because they witnessed it. I'm not a snitch.
I'm not a snitch for the dude that punched me in the face.
This is where I don't understand. You say you didn't know, but he wasn't abusive for 9 months, and then you knew for 3 and you stayed.
I was a child, and that's why I've been through so much therapy to make sure that I don't.
How old were you?
Let's not, because
How old?
I can't edit. No, like, let's not.
Because if
I should be like 24 or some shit.
Because the reason why you said you was a child, so we need to know how old to.
I'm saying it was then. So when someone says
what's
to me,
the age?
You stayed. Yeah, I didn't know.
What's the age? How old was you?
We're not doing that, baby.
But the point is that doesn't sound honest, because you did know. If you stayed longer, you stayed for 3 years. You were there for.
I knew, but I'm saying how I became his girlfriend. Before me becoming his girlfriend, the courting, the initial period, there were no signs. It was after I was his girlfriend, I was his. Then he was relaxed. Do you understand?
I was with you. I was with you, until you said, I was young. Then I asked you how old you was, and you won't tell me. See, that sounds disingenuous to me, because the
facts.
I said to Sarah, I would love if we could have a conversation.
We don't have to. We're just in the age.
No, this came about from
eventually.
So my type has like always been like I don't know. I'm attracted to like the not
bad boys
or stereotypically beautiful men.
He was cute, the one you just showed me.
So when you say you called off an engagement,
so he was going to engage, he was going to propose one day, like people let it slip, and then I kept on hinting like, I don't think it's the right time, it's not the right time.
That dude that you just okay.
And then he didn't, like the ring's still sitting in Hatton Gardens. Like after a while, like I just realized that it wasn't going to work. So
why?
Because there's just too much going on.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, too much going on.
Was he a good guy?
He wasn't a good guy.
So then why would you accept the ring then? It doesn't make any sense.
I didn't accept the ring. That's what I'm saying. I called it off.
I know.
At the point of us going to like look at rings, I thought it would work, and then the realization kicked in, so I didn't allow myself to.
What you sound like to me is you sound like you've dated bad boys, you've been attracted to bad boys, not the ones that would take you down the aisle, and at some point you realize, actually I need to change what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Okay, so but initially you're given. So this is what women do, right? You spend your 20s to the point when you're in your 30s chasing the wrong types of men. Then once you get to your 30s, you realize, actually, I shouldn't be doing this, right? And you've been chasing after Chad and Tyrone, and then your options start to diminish, and at 30 you're like, okay, what the hell have I done? But in reality, there would be men, you're a pretty woman, there'd be men that would have taken you up, that would have happily done this, but you aired them, you literally did not see them. And the reason why you did not...
I was loyal to crap, yeah.
No, but so...
Well, the thing is...
That's
very generalised though, isn't it? It's what women do.
No, but it's like you're telling me stuff that I already know, so I'm letting you land.
No, but she's agreeing. So basically, the reason why I'm saying this is because we've done this show, we speak to women, like if you use your 20s and you end up in your 30s and you do not have a man, you've had from at least 17, 18, you've had about 12 years for you to lock it down. If you didn't, it's not because you didn't meet any good men, it's because you literally outweighed your options, and now you end up at 30 years old, and now you're competing for women in their 20s with the men that you would want.
So then, and this is what happens with men in their 30s and 40s, right? That is when they become more established. And that is when they become a little bit more attractive. Most millionaires don't become millionaires until they're like late 30s, early 40s, sometimes 45. And so the men that have watched the women, right? They've watched women curb them. I don't want him. He's a geek. He's a this. He's a that. I don't like him. They've watched that throughout their 20s, and then they've established themselves, and they're watching now the same women who didn't give them any time. Now, like, oh my God, I want those type of guys, and they're like, not me, love. That's what they're doing. They're like, not me, because when it was time, when I was kind of showing you exactly who I was and being a good guy, and I could be a good guy, you wanted the thugs on the street that would get your door kicked in at 4 o'clock in the morning.
I want to go back to the first point that China made, in which he says that so many of these women, when they're having these conversations, what is she wearing, by the way? You can't come on someone's show dressed like the goddamn Cookie Monster and be expected to take it serious. But back to the point. The first woman, she didn't like what China said, so therefore it was shaming language in the tone police. Because I don't like what you said, I'm going to tell you about your tone. That's just deflective. They use that just to disrupt the conversation. The latter point that he made is something that's said often in this space about women chasing the bad boys when they're young, and then once they 30, close to the wall, or that wall and hit them upside their head with a 2x4, then it's, okay, I need to stop chasing these types. I need to start chasing those type of dudes. When those type of dudes were available there when you're in your 20s, but you didn't want them. Like the Cookie Monster said, old boy was going upside her head for 3 years and she still stayed around. So, and you come on television in your pajamas like a big ass 3-year-old. But you guys let me know what you think after party in the comments. My name's Theo Coop, but you can
call me bitch.
Do better.
Excuse me, bitches?